Aha, so where do we go from here then? What can each of us do in our own YMCAs and communities around the world? To get us thinking about that, we welcome the person you've heard and seen in that video, Mr. Razvan-Victor Sassu, the Head of Strategy and Policy at World YMCA.
Razvan, welcome, and thank you for joining us here. Firstly, what is the Vision 2030 practical guide? Why should we download it, and how we can make use of it?
Hi everybody, and thank you for having me here. First of all, the practical guide brings together a lot of questions that people were asking around the movement. What are we going to do with Vision 2030 now? What is activation? What is implementation? What do I need my YMCA? What are the implications, and what are you expecting from me? So in order to answer all those questions, because they're quite complex questions, we said, okay, let's maybe bring everything together and make it as simple as possible. And also try to make it relevant for any local, national, regional, and of course, the person in the global YMCA movement. So they can find all the answers they need in a very simple and easy, practical guide.
Well, you've taken the time to think through how Vision 2030 can be relevant to a local YMCA youth worker, board member, or anything in between, as well as national movement staff and area alliances.
First of all, if you look at the guide, you will see that it gives you very quick and easy indications of what are the next steps that you can do, regardless of whether you are a local, national, or regional YMCA. For example, it says the first step that we are proposing is to explore Vision 2030 in your team. And you can do that regardless if you are a youth worker or the CEO of your YMCA. You can facilitate or start or ignite that process wherever you are in the organization. And also, regardless of where your YMCA is in the process, maybe you're realizing that you need to push for even further change in your YMCA. Maybe you are very passionate about a certain strategic goal of Vision 2030, for example, becoming a climate neutral YMCA, or ensuring that we are offering meaningful work opportunities and lifelong learning opportunities to our own teams. So maybe you are passionate about that. And if you are passionate about the topic, you can push it in your organization and you can facilitate conversations. This is an extremely important element that you will also find in the guide. We are encouraging everybody to spark conversations inside the local YMCA and see what is relevant for us, what is relevant for our communities, what is relevant for our young people. And especially regarding the point on young people, there is also very strong advice in the guide, nothing about us without us, that we have to engage young people as an equal partner in all these conversations. After that, after you have these conversations in your YMCA, basically the next step would be to choose which are the pillars and the goals that are relevant for your YMCA. And finally, to adjust your strategy and your operational plans to reflect them.
Oh, wow. We have all got new items on our to-do list then. What is going to be happening at a global level over the next few months?
So what do we want to do this year is, first of all, to start building the backbone function that we discussed earlier together with the area alliances, and that will happen basically in a little over a month, who will come together in Geneva at the middle of February to design the backbone function that we are speaking about. Not just about what we want to do, because we know what we want to do, but how are we going to actually make it happen? So the second step will be to build pillar teams. This will be a huge undertaking and a huge experiment that we're going to do together on a global scale. And what we are going to do is we are going to form, for each of the 4 pillars that we have, community well-being, meaningful work, sustainable planet, and the just world, we are going to form global teams who are going to work around those subjects in a more practical and more expertise-based way.
I mean, gosh, you've got a very busy few months ahead of you. Just to finish in a sentence, why should people make use of the Vision 2030 practical guide?
The short answer would be, if you really want to activate Vision 2030 and make meaningful change for the young people and communities in your YMCA, and to find out how to do that, what are the key elements and the key steps, Go download the guide, read it quickly, and then commit to make meaningful change in your YMCA starting today. And then hopefully, if we all do that, if at least 100 YMCAs do that, that will kickstart a change that will benefit our communities for years to come.
Thank you for joining us, Razvan, and for making it clear about how we all have a role to play, and that from today, we should all be starting to take action.
Be sure to download the practical guide now or after this show to find out the next steps. Head to ymca.int/the-ignite-show or scan the QR code on your screen showing now